Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another urgent crypto market update. Today is November 27th, 2024, foul year of our Lord. Hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic wherever you happen to be tuning in from, whether you're watching us on YouTube, X, or Rumble. We've got a great show for you guys today. Let's start off by talking about the fact that over the last 10 years, we have seen central banks across the planet diversify away from the US dollar. This has, of course, reinforced gold's status as a store of value. And those same headwinds for gold have been very beneficial to Bitcoin as well. Now, why? Why have they been doing this? Well, we'll get to that in a second, but de-dollarization is certainly a factor. Getting away from a dollar with a nation that has doubled, if not tripled, its national debt in recent history is something that other central banks don't want to be exposed to the vicious drawdown should we see systemic collapse or failure in the dollar. This also protects their central banks and their nation states' purchasing power. Gold has always historically shielded against inflation and debt-driven currency devaluation, which, make no mistake, is exactly what we're experiencing in the United States. Debt-driven currency devaluation. Now, Bitcoin has arisen over the last decade as a modern counterpart. It's a digital monetary hedge, a parallel to gold's historical role in our financial markets. The money supply in the last decade globally has nearly doubled. Now, I know many on the right, many on the left, we like to blame particular presidents for inflation. And certainly their economic policies can play a large part in inflation. But inflation at its core is created in one place and one place only. And that is at the central banks, and that is through the printing of money. That is the root cause of inflation. If you double the monetary supply globally, you're going to double prices globally. It is natural. It is how it works. The global money supply has nearly doubled in the past decade. This has been the cause of price increases across goods and services, and this underlies the case for hard assets like gold, like Bitcoin. Now, higher debt levels are used. The money printing process is what is used by central banks, by nation states. They do this to sustain their economies amid demographic changes. Primarily, what we're facing in the West, a crisis of an aging population, and despite what the lying labor bureaus say, a declining labor force participation rate. I've talked about this many times in my weekly reports when I cover the macroeconomics. When you see them say that the unemployment rate is down, it means absolutely nothing when they never talk about the labor force participation rate. That is the percentage of the economy actively engaged in looking or participating in work. That is at record lows. Not the vast majority of people, but a significant amount of people are just done. They're not working. They're not looking for work. Couple this with a welfare state, what do you get? Couple this with an aging population, what do you get? You get a crisis. And you get a cyclical system where governments have to continue to print more and more money to sustain the system. Now, what we've seen and talked about ad nauseum across the crypto markets is this cyclical four-year cycle. We see it in Bitcoin. We see it in the stock market. This is because most debt rolls over every 4 years. This creates a predictable economic cycle, and it's tied to broader events like the US presidential election cycle and Bitcoin's halving events. We look at those as the prime cause. They're not the prime cause. The prime cause is the debt cycle. It's the boom and bust cycle. I don't know if it's coincidence or happenstance or more, but certainly it has become married to the US presidential election cycle and the Bitcoin halving cycle, but they're not the cause of it. They're a symptom of it. Now, traditionally, we will see global markets staircase up, and then sharply decline, the elevator down. Markets stair step up, markets elevator down. This is the case. Don't let anybody tell you it's the case. And I don't care, as enthusiastic as I am about the massive changes coming in the United States with regards to policy reform, with regards to economic reform, with regards to actually paying down the deficit. Make no mistake, with the underlying fueled debt cycle below us, that will not be dealt with by one presidency, that will not be dealt with even massive reform, although we can take massive drives toward going there. But again, what we're primarily talking about here is budget deficit reduction. All right, less deficit spending. The government needs to spend less money than it takes in. To deal with that, we're going to have to tackle the issue of Social Security and Medicaid. Nobody wants to talk about that. So we see this recurring pattern occur every 4 years. 3 years of gains in the market, followed by 1 year of losses, aligning with a broader asset cycle that we've seen in history. For example, the Great Depression's buildup and crash is a fantastic example of this. That's a dramatic example. That's certainly the dramatic example that we're likely going to be building to here over the next year. Although I do think the next year is going to be, for the most part, up only. Now, as we know, Bitcoin's price movements have aligned with these historical cycles. So this definitely hints at a strong case for a very bullish continuation throughout 2025. And historically, when we're in a bull cycle, the latter stages of the cycle are going to yield the most significant gains. So if you think we've seen gains yet, you haven't seen them. The parabolic movements come in at the end of the cycle. And what we've seen over the last couple of weeks is just exuberance over a Trump presidency. That's it. We have not hit the euphoria, all in, balls to the wall phase of the market cycle yet. We're not close. Whether it's traditional markets or whether it's crypto markets, it is the latter stages of the cycle that are up only. Now, with the Trump election, looking at his cabinet, looking at his presidency, obviously, I'm very excited about the actual discussions of deficit reduction and spending cuts, because that is the only thing that will solve the underlying issue. It's deficit reduction. That's it. Government has to spend less money. We have to contract the money supply. That is the only thing that will long-term sustainably bring down prices. And it doesn't matter if Bitcoin continues to rise, if prices continue to rise along with it. It is great for us speculators, but Bitcoin's job is to change the world. It is to make things better, make things cheaper. But as long as central banks continue to print money, that will never, ever happen. Okay? Now, we need to talk about how this positive thing could have a negative impact on Bitcoin's traditional tailwinds, because if the US government and governments around the world follow suit, look at Argentina, if they actually look to follow on in go down this path of actually slowing the process of monetary debasement, in other words, printing less money, spending less in deficit, with Bitcoin having been strongly correlated and tied to these boom and bust cycles driven by the debt cycle, a slowdown in that debt pace might reduce the economic tailwinds behind Bitcoin. Now, does that mean we're not going to have a bullish 2025? No, but it's something we need to think about. It's a big shift. It's a big change. So this is what I think people really mean, even though I don't think they understand what they're talking about when they say, oh, this is changing everything for Bitcoin. Yeah, if the government actually moves toward fiscal responsibility, that is significantly going to alter Bitcoin's cycle. So if we see US economic growth paired with significant budget deficit, if we pair that with what we're seeing, a potential Arab Springs across Europe of people rising up and pushing back against the socialist agenda, if we see that, if we see a real European recovery, and if we can see geopolitical peace agreements, those things are going to set us up for continued bolstered asset prices across the board. Stocks, commodities, everything looking good. Look at bond yields, nosediving. So everybody out there talking about, bond yields are going to rise, and they have no idea what they're talking about because they never look at a price chart and they only live in an echo chamber. Now, the Federal Reserve, okay? The Federal Reserve, the minutes of the previous FOMC were quite dramatic because Powell, up until the election of President Trump, seemed to have been quite dovish and in favor of rate cuts. But if you go over the minutes of the last FOMC, they definitely seem to adopting a much more wait and see approach. Because inflation is still skyrocketing. MSNBC said yesterday that you might not notice it, but Thanksgiving has gotten cheaper than it's been in a long time. Really. Really. So tomorrow I'm going to be hosting 30 to 50 people for my Thanksgiving. And I can tell you that it did not cost $59 per 10 people. In fact, the average cost of Thanksgiving goods is up 24% from last Thanksgiving. 24%. Inflation is continuing to skyrocket. And I think the Fed is going to dramatically pull back on rate cutting, i.e., they're going to stop monetary easing. If we parallel that with what we've seen with previous periods of monetary tightening, we only need to look back to the Volcker era of the 1980s to see how that played out. So make no mistake, inflation is not going anywhere. It is not slowed. It has not gone down. And everyone who is actually paying attention to the prices, the normal people on the streets, the people shopping at Walmart, they understand this. The largest disconnect that exists right now is the disconnect between the elites who are telling us that everything's fine and the people whose pocketbooks continue to drain. Now, Bitcoin's price often lags behind changes to monetary policy by approximately 10 weeks. All right. So understand that it takes time for fiscal and monetary policy to trickle down and impact Bitcoin's price. We have extreme market euphoria over the last week, driven not only in the crypto markets, but largely by MicroStrategy's sharp rally, which, make no mistake, as awesome as it is, the fact that they're talking about an infinite money glitch in MicroStrategy, I mean, if you need a top signal, I don't know what you need. This recent rally has largely been driven by speculative sentiment, and they're trading at a very high PE ratio right now. You want historical analogies? Go look at the dot-com bubble. Although I don't think we're at the peak yet. I don't think we're anywhere near the peak. What I'm saying is, when we look at the recent market over the last week, when I look at the sentiment of individuals, not only in our Discord, but in Telegram across the board, and when I look at things like MicroStrategy's rally right now, and I look at option skew, I think we're going to get a pullback. Historically, we've seen this in Thanksgiving. Now, we can see 90,000, we can see 80,000, 75,000 as major support levels, but I think the flush of leverage is coming. And I think a good correction right now is going to be likely before we can renew bullish momentum and climb onto higher highs. Today, in this episode, we're going to be looking at all the technical indications to back my thesis. We're also going to be looking at on-chain metrics like realized profit loss ratios and long-term holder movements, which often mark cycle peaks. Again, I don't think we're anywhere near the peak. 2025 lies before us. In fact, I think we're going to have a very bullish December. But we're going to do the Santa strategy. All right? We're going to buy on Thanksgiving and we're going to sell on Christmas. All right? Okay. Last thing I'll talk about, option skew. We've got very overly bullish sentiment, in my opinion, right now, but we've seen traders unwind massively their positions. This led to the correction that we saw yesterday. Well, not really yesterday, but the day before. We really kind of started pumping since yesterday afternoon. And I think we're going to see the Thanksgiving effect, holiday-related low volatility impacting market price. Now, seasonality-wise, December is historically very bullish for Bitcoin. So I think we have the potential for a strong trend resumption after we get a nice technical reset here, moving throughout the Thanksgiving weekend. And as far as 2025 goes, I think we have some incredible macro headwinds. We have a potentially declining global monetary supply, which is the most important thing, as I discussed earlier. We do have a potentially less accommodative Federal Reserve, as I talked about, with their wait-and-see approach, but we will see how forceful Trump's going to be with that. And we continue to see increased selling by long-term holders, which is actually a bullish signal. We only get bearish when long-term holders actually stop selling so much, because long-term holders don't like to sell when the market's going down. They like to buy when the market's going down. They like to sell when the market's going up. So again, a nice flush out of leverage here at these levels, a nice technical reset is going to pave the way for renewed market strength. But again, if we continue to surge, it's going to make the correction even bigger. And the bigger the correction, the more it could shake people out or scare people away from rebuying. The lighter the correction, the better it is, I think, for sustained growth. All right. And if we just look to the past, we see strong post-correction rebounds. All right. We see, even in the traditional markets, from past economic cycles like the post-2008 financial crisis, and of course, earlier market revivals like the dot-com bubble. So, with all that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today for this crypto market update. We've got a great show for you. If you find value in this content, make sure to smash that like button. It helps us out more than you possibly know. Subscribe if you have not already. Follow us on Rumble. You can follow me on X at cracking_crypto, just like cracking an egg, like we crack the code on profitable trading and investment. Every morning and every evening, I put out my alpha report with my detailed trades, my outlook on the market. If you guys want to participate in that, as well as get access to all of our premium indicators, all of our strategies, and our weekly mentoring session, which we will be doing here in just a couple of hours for the premium members. You can get that all at crackingcryptocurrency.com. It is the first link in the description. Come join and trade with us in the markets. Let's get cracking. We've got a full show. Shout outs. Hey, we've got some beautiful people in the chat. Shout out to Yes to Crypto. We got Aiden. I see Gingerfication. We've got Mom Chill Petrov. Good to see you, my friend. We've got Timmy K. We've got Britt. Hey. We've got Nit and Soki. Shout outs to you guys. And RIBRM over on Rumble. I see you all. Hopefully you're doing fantastic this morning. Let me know how you guys are doing. And let me know in the chat. Right? Overall, how are you guys positioned? Are you guys swinging long today? Are you guys taking the short? I've already put out my market sentiment for the day. You can go read my report on X. So Nitin, obviously, I know you're a premium member, so you can see the reports in Kajabi, and you can see exactly how I've positioned for this. Again, I think that we could broadly short the market at this point in time, but I also understand that I'm taking quite a risk because I'm being a bear in a bull market, and I'm kind of betting on this being a local top, and I'm betting on the seasonality that we've seen previously, especially with MicroStrategy up so high. Primarily, I'm also seeing the unwinding of option skew as well. So I understand that I'm taking a risky bet. I'm also understanding that it's very possible Bitcoin does Bitcoin things. I'm positioning between 95 and 97,000, so I'm continuing to scale it now. And I want to manage risk slightly above 100,000. I could completely see Bitcoin going up and wicking me out and then putting the move to the downside. I'm also open to the fact that I'm just market wrong. I'm taking a calculated bet on the markets. So as you know, I called XRP yesterday. I called Ethereum. We've had Ethereum actually open for a couple of days. You'll see the update. I already recommended taking that initial 50% profit on ETH, which we've already hit that first TP. That's good. I've aggressively moved my stop up on ETH. So if the markets want to continue to run today, I think we're going to see that from the altcoins. If anything has a chance to continue to run, it's going to be the altcoins. Ethereum has put in a strong bounce. Solana, unfortunately, does look pretty weak. Solana's bounce was extremely weak. XRP's bounce was extremely weak. XRP's bounce wasn't that weak. It just wasn't super strong. Not as strong as Ethereum's, because Ethereum has now made a new kind of monthly high. XRP kind of looking okay. I really don't think it's going to run. Doge looking extremely weak, unfortunately. Yeah, its bounce was extremely pitiful. So I really think a lot of the market is in wait and see mode. I don't see a lot of big players swinging to the upside from here unless they're going to move for mass liquidations. But we've already really crashed out all high leverage liquidations, particularly on Bitcoin. So I definitely want everyone to trade their own account. I can only tell you guys exactly how I'm positioning. I'm not opening up any leverage longs here at this point on BTC. The only position that's new for me, and you can see it right here, is I'm going to be swinging Bitcoin to the downside. I think we are going to be moving down to the $80,000 price level. Not 80,000, but I think 85,000. We do have support there. If 85,000 fails, then we're going to be testing the 50 DMA and slightly underneath. That's going to be between 80 and 75,000. We can see this level of support here. So we need to see buyers defend on the downside. We need to see buyers defend at this support level, and we need to see buyers defend at this support level. I'm in favor of either of them. I'm in favor of absolutely buying the dip. But I don't think we should be longing breakouts right now. I think that's very speculative, and I think that's very dangerous. So a 45% inflation rate in Iran, that is That is criminal, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. All right. We got a lot going on today. So let's just start off with what we got on Bitcoin. Let's go over our trends. Obviously, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute is bullish. 4-hour is indecisive, trying to break back into the bullishness. I think we're going to get a lower high here. Obviously, daily, we're in an uptrend. We did lose the 10 DEMA yesterday. We bounced as expected. We're now back in that area. So overall, so far, everything's playing out as I expected. I expected the bounce from the 10 DEMA. We got the bounce from the 10 DEMA. We're now back up in that $95,000 to $97,000 resistance range. This is where I wanted to scale shorts. That's what I'm doing. Okay, key levels. Bitcoin. All right, just let this sink. All right, key levels on Bitcoin. We have our point of control. This is the area of the most volume traded for Bitcoin. This is where the market wants to go back to. Ideally, this is just, it's mean reversion. This is the mean reversion strategy. The point of control is at 92,411. Our VWAP, similar, but it's more dynamic. It's at 94,237. Those are likely the areas that in the short-term price will want to return to, even if it is going to continue to climb higher. Let's make profit today, Jordan Stotts. You absolutely are here in the right place, my brother. All right. Value area high, we're there right now, 96,000 to 97,698. These are going to be per intraday the highest value areas to open up short positions or take profit on longs. Value area low, 90,776 to 92,472. Those are going to be the most profitable places intraday to be taking profits on shorts or to be opening up longs, although I think we've kind of flushed out for the longs today. All right. As I said, my personal strategy, pretty simple. Scale shorts, 95, 97, manage risk above the current all-time high. Pretty simple. Might win, might lose, but that's the best R to R trade on the table for me. Continue to hold spot. I said this earlier. I'll say it again. Let's be very clear about this. We're not there yet. I don't want to hear anybody talking about selling spot. The only time you should be selling spot is if you need the money. And if you need the money, then you need to reevaluate what you're doing. To be blank honest with you. But again, I get it. Listen, what other choice do you have? I've been very conservative in my investment approach and what I advise people, because what I want the most is I want the people watching the show. I want the people in the Crypto Trading Academy. I want everyone in the Discord. I want everybody following me on X. I want you guys to profit. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to succeed in this market. I don't want you to get wrecked. And so I've traditionally been against, high leverage trading. I've traditionally been against quick money grabs. I've been traditionally against a lot of like meme coin trading, because again, I've advocated consistently since 2018, hey, just trade the daily time frame. Hey, just get good at the daily time frame, and then you can take that strategy and take it down to the lower time frames. That's the exact process I did. You don't have to go crazy with this risk. And then what do? Instead of putting money in your savings account, put money into long-term holds. All right? But I get it. I've seen how hard things have become. I mean, just over the last 5 years, economically, for regular people. Labor force participation rates declining. So people are increasingly turning to things like gambling, essentially, betting big for big rewards, because that's the only way to actually break out of the system, because the system has failed us. It's failed us. So I get it. So all you 50x degens out there, you're welcome here. You are absolutely welcome here. Yes, to crypto, good to see you, my brother. All right, Ethereum. Now, similar thing. Ethereum is pushing a little bit stronger than Bitcoin today. Ethereum, as we can see, making new monthly highs, climbing up quite nicely. I have to be inclined to think, because it's happened every single time. If Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is just chilling, or if Bitcoin's kind of selling off slowly, then Ethereum and the rest of the altcoin markets, especially the majors, they can run. They can continue to run. Absolutely. And Ethereum is running right now. All right, so Ethereum's running good, not bad. We've established a new point of control. We can see that at 35.65, but that is cause to be concerned, because that means either a lot of long positions opened up there, and the market's going to push higher on enthusiasm, or that was a significant period of distribution, and we want to be very cautious about pushes higher. All right, this would be called a deviation. All right, so we'll see. We'll see how Ethereum plays out today, intraday. We've got time. We've got time to see it evolve. I got to take a drink. Let's get the music going. Come on, let's lock in, guys. Sorry, I'm chewing ice. That's probably disgusting. I like chewing ice. All right. Got the chain link shirt on today. Let's go. All right, let's get it. Ethereum. We've got our trends. 5 minutes bullish, 10 minute is bullish, the 30-minute is bullish, the 4-hour is bullish, the daily is bullish, the weekly is bullish. All right, those are our current trends. Key levels for Ethereum on the daily. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Recalculate, recalibrating. Let's go. As I said, that point of control has now moved up. The point of control was down here at 34.28, acting as a magnet. Now it's moved up to 35.64. And so now we have a little bit more interesting of a roadmap. And this is going to be good for you intraday traders. So here's what you want to watch. If you want to bet bullish on Ethereum climbing higher, all right, on this falling volume, but good luck. You want to see Ethereum hold the point of control as support. So then you want to take long swings off the point of control. If you're bearish, but this also applies to you bulls as well. So this is kind of like what you want to watch for in validation. If we see Ethereum break down below the point of control, all right, come back down here into our buy zone. This is our aggressive buy support zone. So basically in a bull trend, you buy any pullbacks into the zone. So that's what I would do for Ethereum right now. Looking at Ethereum, if you want to swing to the upside, buy down here around 35.45, manage risk. All right. You know, not again, just whatever stop you would normally use. All right. Buy. But then you want to see price then very convincingly break back above that point of control. You don't want to see it act as resistance. If you see it act as resistance and you see price reject from that, that is your signal to abandon your longs and most likely open up shorts. So for me, the strategy I would be favoring today is I would be looking for price to fail the point of control, reject from the point of control, and open up shorts here and target a move down to VWAP. Intraday, that's just if I wanted a good trade, intraday risk off. Of course, if we're going to be looking at a potential market crash from Bitcoin, then of course, you know, you can really flex that, but then you're going to have to take on, you know, a little bit more risk. All right. Point of control, as I said, 3,564. VWAP, good intraday target is going to be 3,465. Our value area high is coming in at 3,559 to 3,650. We are there. All right, we are there. Value area low coming in between 3,280 to 3,371. This would be a decent target. Does that line up with other things? Let's see. Let's reset the chart view. Let's see here. Our value area low, yeah, is going to correspond to our 4-hour level of support down here. All right, so Ethereum's had this nice support. So I mean, obviously, just looking for a movement back down to this level of support, I think is a fine trade for Ethereum for the long swings. But again, specifically for Ethereum, this is the one I'd be the least cautious on. So I'm actually still long on Ethereum. The way I manage this, I called the swing long for the group 2 days ago. So we've been long on Ethereum for a minute. We've already hit our first take profit target. Today, in response to a potential market crash warning from Bitcoin, what I have done with Ethereum is I've aggressively moved my stop loss up. That's about it. We don't need to worry about too much else. If price does decide to reverse, I'm not going to short Ethereum. I've just piled into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be my main asset that I'm going to play this potential crash on. It's the one I'm best at trading. It's the one I prefer trading. It's also the only token that I believe in long term. And Bitcoin's not even a token. It's a monetary revolution. Let me see. I will slap myself if I call Bitcoin a token again. All right, looking at Solana. Why is the open trades open? That doesn't matter. Solana, looking at our trends, 5 minute is bullish. The 10 minute is bullish. The 30 minute just flipped bullish. All right, but that was a strong recovery, or excuse me, a long recovery to flip bullish. The 4-hour is indecisive. It's actually about to flip bearish because our fast EMAs have fallen down below our slow EMAs, and price has retraced to our slow EMA band and is looking like it might potentially reject with another lower high. Daily time frame, we came down, traded underneath the 10 DEMA, bounced back up, haven't really reclaimed the 10 DEMA in any sort of convincing way whatsoever. Looking at our key levels intraday, let's get zoomed in here. Recalculating. Point of control, you saw it kind of up there a little bit, but a current point of control is at 233.42. So that's where the most positions position today. This is where longs are positioned to the upside. It's also where shorts are positioned. So we're in max pain area for shorts. And we want to see, obviously, if you believe that Solana will go up, you want to see the point of control be defended intraday. Our VWAP is right there as well. Point of control at 233.42, VWAP at 234.76. So this is kind of the area. This is the bifurcation of the market on Solana today. Up here, longs are in profit. Down here, shorts are in profit. Longs are in pain right now. Shorts are in max pain. We see a lot of wicks. We see a double top. We almost see, actually, I think we see an Adam and Eve right here. So again, Adam and Eve, very good pattern. that I like to trade, and you trade the breakout of the neckline right there. All right, so you see a sharp top and then you see a rounded top. All right, and that's usually a clear-cut sign of distribution and a local top. All right, usually a good reversal short trade right there. Neckline would be giving you some kind of initiation to the short side around 238, and you could take the short there, manage risk right here, and just be targeting that point of control intraday. You're in and out of the market, make your $1,000, and let's go. This is how we do things. Value area high is going to be 239.18 to 243.42. Like I said, we are there. Value area low is going to be 226 to 230.35. All right, strong levels of support. Of course, we've got this 233 level. All right, we found support here, we found support here, we deviated from support, now we've pulled back. If we want to see something, if we want to cook bullish on Solana, then Solana needs to hold this level on its pullback. All right, needs to hold that approximately 230 to 233 level on its pullback. All right, if we can see that and then break back above our 4-hour moving averages, then I think the tune will change, and I think we could actually be looking for higher prices on Solana. But until then, as long as we're forming what might be a lower high right here, and as long as we're forming kind of a higher point, oh, are we forming the higher point of control now? Finally? No, not yet. But as long as we're in just kind of that no man's land, then I'm going to be cautious on Solana. Let's go to XRP. XRP. Shout outs. We got XRP Army in the chat. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. If you're XRP Army, I want to hear you, man. Normally, you guys can't shut up. Don't shut up now. All right. XRP, what are our trends? 5-minute is bullish. The 10-minute is bullish. The 30-minute is bullish. The 4-hour is bullish. The daily is bullish. The weekly is bullish. Okay, we got bulls across the board. Don't see anything from the XRP Army. Where are you guys at? Nobody in here likes XRP? All right, I see you, Jordan. All right, key levels on XRP intraday. Let's get zoomed in. We've got our point of control at 144.9. Hold on, sorry. 144.97. VWAP slightly below that at 142.89. Value area high is going to be 147 to 152. Value area low is going to be 133 to 136. All right. So also XRP looking a little bit like an Adam and Eve here right now. All right. Okay. So watch closely that 147 for market breakdown, and we'll be seeing if we get a bounce from the point of control or if we break down below and start descending into the value area low. Because that was a massive upthrust of volume right there. Yeah, I think XRP is going to perform insanely well in this upcoming cycle. I think XRP is going back to $3, and I think XRP is probably going to go to $10. All right, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Of course, I called XRP for the group. I kind of pussyfooted it yesterday because obviously you can see my entry. Price moved up, hit our first TP, and then actually, no, it was over here. Yeah, price went up, hit our first. Oh, sorry, man, I'm so sorry. This is where I entered long on XRP. Price moved up, hit our first TP, pulled back. I was watching Bitcoin, and of course, Bitcoin did end up going lower and stopping me out. So I decided to de-risk on XRP personally. But as we can see, XRP then went on and hit target 2 and target 3. So good trades. For those who didn't listen to me, I was a little too cautious. I was a little bit too much of a coward yesterday on XRP. It is what it is. Again, nice bounce from the 10 daily exponential moving average as expected. But if we look at the 4-hour, we can see that we are making lower highs, and we've got tentative support at $1.30. So if we fail here, if we fail just like we failed here on this bounce, then we're going to be moving down to $1.30. If we fail $1.30, then we're going to be moving down to about $1.10. Again, not bad. Totally fine. We can see the Adam and Eve pattern here on the 10-minute. All right, looking for the breakdown. Well, I'd actually probably take the breakdown of $1.48 to go down to $1.45. It would be a good trade, and you could manage risk at $1.49. So nice intraday trade right there. Let's check in with Doge, the doggy coin, the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk's savings account, if you would. Trends, 5-minute is bullish, the 10-minute is bullish, the 30-minute is trying to flip bullish, but it's struggling. The 4-hour is bullish, but it's starting to flip to indecisive. The daily is bullish. Actually, the daily is sideways. The daily is neutral. The weekly is bullish. Key levels for the day on Doge. Point of control coming in at 39 cents. Let's get zoomed in a little bit more here. Yeah. Point of control coming in at 39 cents. VWAP slightly above that at 39 cents. We've got our value area high from 40 cents to 0.402. Excuse me. 0.4005 to 0.406 is our value area high, and we are there. 1, 2, 3, and lower high distribution. This is going to get ugly if Doge breaks down right here. If Doge breaks down from here, and I think, again, just a 5-minute close below 0.40063 would be a good initiation trade. So something like this, because that is consolidating. I would take this trade in a heartbeat. I think I probably will take this trade on stream. It's a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Price breaks down below these lows, manage risk above this lower high, and target the point of control in VWAP. So actually, I think I'm going to set that up. I'm going to set an alert. Okay, I'm going to set that alert. I'm also going to go to my exchange, which is BYDFi. You guys can sign up to BYDFi, get up to $8,100 in new user benefits, get 10% deposit cash back. That's right. If you deposit money, you get 10% of your deposit back as free trading bonuses into your account. That's good for the first week, up to $10,000. You'll also get 0% spot trading fees, and you can trade up to 200x futures and demo trade, so you can learn how to trade without risking your actual capital. A link is down in the description, partner.bydfi.com/s/cracking crypto. All right, so let me just get over to Doge. Doge is on fire today. For some reason, I didn't have that favorited, which is super weird. All right, Doge. I think I'm, it's just going to be easier for me to. There we go. What did I cost? Let's go 0.39411. Oh, not 37. I want to actually hit my target. 0.39411. And we'll go 0.40386. Okay. All right. Oh, 250. We'll just do 1,000. All right, I got that trade set up. Stop market short. Price breaks down below. Where do I have it at? On ByDFi, it's not 0.39967 on ByDFi. So we'll see. Price breaks down. We're going to take the short down, and we're going to manage risk right here. All right. All right, what's going on with the rest of the market? Look at our top alt performers. We see a bounce from GOAT. Goat 4-hour bearish trend, so we're not back in the swing of it yet. Bohm, again, pretty weak bounce, still 4-hour bearish trend. Cardano bounced nicely from the 4-hour buy zone, but again, kind of same structure here, a little bit of a lower high. We're really going to need to see an umph, and I don't think we've retraced far enough. Pepe bouncing nicely, same as Solana. That deviation below the 10 daily exponential moving average has yet to put in a higher high. We do have resistance on Pepe around 2064. Stellar Lumens also aggressively bouncing from the 4-hour. So, I mean, shout out to the American coins. Hedera hash graph, more aggressive bounce, higher low as well. We'll see if we're going to be able to overcome this. I think we might be forming a bit of a head and shoulders pattern on Hedera H bar. Ohm, as we can see, is continuing to come to the zenith of this descending triangle. Likely breakdown. If we break down, we're probably looking at coming all the way down to about $2.50 at least on Ohm. You know, big performer recently. Algorand still maintaining its bullish uptrend. Nice aggressive bounce, but we've put in a double bottom at 25 cents. And we look to be topping around 30 cents, which was our previous level of resistance before this deviation right here. So I would expect Algorand to move lower as well. Looking at global markets today. I can't see the chat. Hey, K7 Jixer, good to see you, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in years. Yeah, I mean, huge win for crypto, man. Huge win for privacy. Did you read the opinion? I read the whole thing, and it was funny. They're like, so, you know, the term property has to actually refer to property. It doesn't matter if you put the word any before it. Property still means property. It doesn't change the definition of the word property. And an immutable smart contract is certainly not property. Bam! All right, global markets. What do we got? We got gold bouncing a little bit today. Higher high. Again, I think gold is going to continue to be in high demand, but not much performance today. Silver is actually down on the day at 30.08. Natural gas gap down huge today. Closed yesterday at at 14.99, opened at 14.05. Beautiful trade on UNG. What do we have on oil futures today? Yeah, oil futures continuing to head down. I'm going to be so prosperous if oil futures break down here. I mean, I cannot tell you. Oh, thirsty for it, man. The SPY. What did the SPY do? SPY really hasn't done much. Made a new all-time high yesterday. And pulling back today. Not surprising. Same with the Qs. Didn't make a higher high. In fact, a little bit of divergence here. Still maintaining the daily uptrend, but down day for the Qs, down day for the Nasdaq. So not too much excitement. Nothing going too crazy. You guys following any stocks that are going super crazy? I mean, obviously, I don't even pay. You know, MicroStrategy is insane and everything. But that's those. I should probably set up. It's global markets. I should probably create a new layout called US Equities. And because we're probably going to start doing stock trading here pretty soon as well. So we should really be following MicroStrategy. No, whoa. All. Yeah, MicroStrategy on the NASDAQ. We should be following Coin. We should be following... we should be following NVIDIA, duh. We should probably be following Apple. Oh, we got to be following Tesla, right? Got to be following Tesla. And we got to be following probably Palantir. Yeah. And we probably should also be following Vistra. Yeah, those are probably the hot stocks to pay attention to right now. Put all these on the daily. Let's get our CC EMA loaded up. And then apply these indicators to entire layout. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty good. Wait, precision is going to be 0. We want precision at 0, right? I mean, we could go 2. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, obviously, since whatever that Citadel Capital or whatever, MicroStrategy's down bigly ever since. We're at the 10 DEMA, so we'll see if we can get a nice bounce here at the 10 DEMA. Coinbase Global consolidating at the 10 DEMA. This is looking a little toppy. We're going to need to break out. NVIDIA making a new weekly low. All right, breaking down below all our major moving averages. We seem to have some pretty significant resistance here at $1.40 on NVIDIA. Does look like NVIDIA actually wants to head lower. So I think we're going to see pretty much global markets pull back, particularly US equities. I mean, we're quite overbought. Let's see here. Tesla pulled back. We're at the 10 DEMA. We could see a bounce. Otherwise, support's not really down here to about 301.42. Palantir trying to grind higher, but not having much success. And Vistra also struggling, pulling back to the 10 DEMA as well. So nothing major. I mean, honestly, down day in the markets looks like. Let's see what our Minx strategy has done today. Let's see. Minx called the continuation long here on Bitcoin and just called for the exit. Let's see here. Minx called for a continuation long signal on Ethereum at 34.70. And I would probably have been out an hour ago. We also have that continuation long signal on Solana. But Minx has not been performing super well on Solana. I'm just being very honest. What's going on? You got 50 pips, man? Good to see, Andrew. That's what I love to see. I still think 26. All right, let's see here. All right, recent amendments to U.S. Code 6045, Chapter 26. The expanded definition of the term broker. The term now encompasses entities facilitating digital asset transactions such as trading platforms, payment processors, and wallet providers. This broad scope may impose significant compliance burdens on entities not traditionally considered brokers. Okay, so let me read all these and then I'll get to my rant. Number 2, comprehensive reporting requirements. Brokers are mandated to report detailed information on digital asset transactions, including gross proceeds, gains or losses, and adjusted basis. Given the unique nature of digital assets, accurately determining these figures can be complex. Implementation timeline. The regulations are set to take effect for transactions occurring on or after January 1st, 2025, with reporting obligations commencing in 2026. This timeline may not provide sufficient preparation for brokers to develop and implement the necessary reporting systems. And transactional relief and penalties. The IRS has issued transitional relief for brokers making good faith efforts to comply, but concerns remain about potential penalties for inadvertent non-compliance during the transition period. These factors suggest that the amendments could lead to operational challenges and increased compliance costs for brokers, as well as potential reporting complexities for taxpayers involved in digital asset transactions. So let's see. So here's my rant. All right. Laws like this is lawfare. All right. This is lawfare, and it's aimed to promote big business. All right. So I want to be very clear. I am very free market. but I am I don't want to say I'm anti big business. I'm very skeptical of big business. All right. And I'm very skeptical of a government that is hand in hand with big business. That's cronyism. All right. We should be focusing on creating laws that are equal to everybody and not creating systemic advantages for large corporations and companies. So anything that places an undue burden on the small guy, on entrepreneurs, is, in my opinion, anti-free market. And so so I want to see, so I'm a big advocate for antitrust laws. All right. I'm a big advocate for antitrust laws, and I'm not a fan of, I'm not a fan of monopolies. All right. Not a fan of monopolies. So again, laws like this, I look at this as lawfare aimed at targeting entrepreneurs and the little man. And because who can afford the compliance? Who can afford the regulation? Who can afford to hire the teams of lawyers to deal with all the increased regulation? It's big business, right? And this stifles competition. It makes it harder to innovate. It makes it harder to start a business. It makes it harder for entrepreneurs. And it's not what our country was founded on. These are not free market principles. This is cronyism. Cronyism's bad when Democrats do it. Cronyism's bad when Republicans do it. And they're both guilty of it. This revolving door between big business and government. I want to see, and we're starting to see it. It's happening more and more. We're starting to see real, I mean, it might be a bit much to say they're revolutionaries, but we're starting to see more and more people enter Congress. For example, who was it? I saw this tweet, and I hate referencing like unreferenced things that I can't remember, but it was somebody important. It was like it's like a tech bro. It was like Peter Thiel or something like that. And he tweeted out that and this is coming from a very successful, very smart guy. He's like, all my super smart friends have never expressed an interest to work in government. Now they are. So it has been voted into law. Let's see what happens. Obviously, it's going to be, we don't want to ask too much or expect too much. We've been disappointed many times before for them to look at every single little piece of legislation, but we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, certainly I agree with you. I mean, this is not good. I hear you, RIBRM, over there on Rumble. Absolutely. This country was founded on freedom, and that means freedom for the individual. All right? We live in a common sense world where the more powerful you become, the more responsibility you naturally have. All right? That's just common sense. We expect and we value the virtues of the strong protecting the weak, not the strong manipulating the system for their own selfish interests. There's the Doge breakdown. Let's go. Hey, hands on deck. Lock in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let me check. Order filled. Looking good. Take it down. Send it down, baby. And this is how you guys should be day trading. All right. Now, obviously, I'm going to sit here and look like a big dummy if my trade fails, but I'm managing my risk. If I lose 1% of my account. I don't risk more than 1% on intraday trades. Where's the magnet? Can I search for? Why do they put like the? Am I really gonna spend a minute looking for a emoji? Magnet. I remember from years ago, we were doing a stream, similar situation where I was looking for the magnet, and chat was yelling at me for like 5 minutes, like it's right there, and I could not see it. All right, I'm not going to look for the magnet. We're going to go Apple. All right. I'm over it. Okay. I just want you to use your imagination. This is a magnetic apple. It's some of that GMO stuff. It's a magnetic apple. All right. It's full of like riboflavin. You know what I mean? And iron shavings. You know, the kind of apples you get in school lunch. You know what I mean? But my point is, what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if this particular trade wins or loses, right? I'll win over the vast series of trades. You know, my experience over the last 10 years has proven that. But the point is, the place where I see most crypto people go wrong when it comes to day trading, especially with leverage on futures, is that they get to the market and they always tend to like buy here or buy here or buy here or sell here. And price immediately goes against them because they're trying to be breakout traders. They're trying to like, they see big movements and they think the movement's just going to continue. And they just don't really have a feel for market dynamics on the lower time frames. On the lower time frames, you always want to kind of favor reversion to the mean, not necessarily raw reversal, right? But reversion to the mean. So we'll see here. We'll see how this trade plays out. But that's my setup for the day. Let's see if we get smacked in the face. Note to self, do not trade like Justin. But listen, my point is, I see that we're in the value area high. All right. I see we're in the value area high. I see that Bitcoin's at 4-hour resistance. I see that Bitcoin's basically at 10-minute resistance. I see that we've put in a double top. We've wicked liquidity to the upside, and now we've consolidated for a long time. 9 out of 10 times, that's only one thing. That's distribution. All right. And I'm looking for the breakdown and the move. That's where I want to see the big movement is the breakdown of distribution. Because everyone's positioned now, and they should go. Once in a while, you know, you'll get the fake out, grabs liquidity one last time, and then moves down, right? Typical market maker BS stuff, right? So we'll see. Either way, I'll be sitting pretty, well, maybe with 1% less in my account, but I digress. I'm shorting Jordan. It's just a breakdown trade, which, you know, didn't necessarily break down yet, but we'll see. Bearish indicators will always underperform in an overly bullish conditions. Yeah, I'm not really using any bearish indicators here. But I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, if you have your bias to be bullish in a bull market, you'll win more often than not. You are absolutely right. So, you know, the way that plays out, if we see Doge fall down here like 31 cents or 26 cents, I'm buying the dip. You know, am I buying here? Probably not. And that's just me personally. Everybody has to trade their own account, guys. You know, I'm going to be very busy for... I appreciate you, Peckham. Please. If I'm going to lose money, at least make money for me. All right. At least make some money for me. I appreciate that. You know, I'm going to be really busy this evening. You know, I wasn't expecting the vast amount of my family that signaled they were going to come for Thanksgiving. Obviously, this is going to be the first year that we don't have my mom to host it. So, you know, all of us were kind of gathering together to take that responsibility. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think that'll really be good. But it's just going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to be very busy tomorrow with family. And I feel like I've earned that. You know, I've played this market pretty well. I've been I've been writing every day. I'm up at 5. I work out. I run my dog. I'm at the screens. I'm trading. I'm writing my morning report. I'm advertising the group. I'm writing my evening report. I'm staying up late. I'm working on strategies. We're going to be releasing a new strategy here pretty soon. That's going to be, for the most part, not easy to automate and very simple. Like, you don't have to guess at it. It's going to tell you specifically when to go long and when to go short. You're not going to have to, look at your cheat sheet and be like, okay, well, do I actually go long on this signal? Does it line up with the baseline? No, it's going to be a fully, for the most part, automated strategy. Thank you, Jordan. Yes, I understand. I'm looking at Doge. I'm trading Doge intraday. I'm continuing to get filled on BTC. Yeah, let's actually just pull open the 10 and see what the game plan is here. I think 97.9 is, let's just reference that with liquidation levels because that's going to be the most help. I do have a few more orders to stagger. Yeah, I mean, we run out of... Yeah, so 97.7. 97.7. That's where I'm going to stack my last order. There you go. So let me pull open. Let's set a limit order and let's... Actually, let's just make it simple. Let's say 97,000. Oh, I can't right now. We've got to see what Doge does. All right. But yeah, I think the plan is to stack at 97, probably 97.3 and 97.7. Because if we get above that, I mean, I think I'm wrong, right? And I've just got to cut. Yeah, I mean, there is some right here, but I'll just put 97.8. So, yeah, if we make a new, if we go above 99,147, then I need to rethink what I'm doing. But I feel pretty confident. I mean, it's the trade I put on, and I already put out the qualifications. There's that lovely whipsaw that you come to expect from the crypto markets. Doge liquidation price is 0.378. Oh, that's a big swing. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Yeah, you're betting on bullish continuation. Yeah, so we're not actually counter trading each other because I'm not betting on price going down here. I'm just betting on price going from here to here. That's it. I'm just trying to make $1,000, bro. I mean, this is pretty strong support from Doge. It would have been better to long its support because I'm pretty confident price is going to pull back here, but so you could have sniped a little bit better entry. But I could be wrong. Again, we've got this consolidation. Mind out from a we can hold hands together like MMA fighters post-fight, waiting on the yes, sir. Yeah, man. That's what it's all about sometimes. All right, what's going on? As you guys can see here, I'm rereading all of the GMGN tutorials because it is something else that I want to do, an additional service. I want to put together my whale. I want to really get into the whale watching and follow people along. What do we got here? The 1 hour. That's pretty good. Yeah, I ripped some funds into this. And I just sign it with my wallet, man. Oh, it's gonna make. Hold on a second. Oh no, we're good. Oh, I guess I'm not up at all. Never mind. We're just right at my average price. I must have bought here. I didn't take advantage of any of this. I guess I had an hour to do that. What did I miss out on? 220%. Awesome. I did set up the Telegram section of this so I can do like the TPSL, which is pretty neat. Like this whole GMGN interface is really, really sweet. Can do sniper alert. Yeah, I don't know. I want to get my strategy really down pat. But I mean, they make it easy. You just click copy trade and you can filter for a profitable trader. Like for example, let's filter 7-day P&L over 200%. Let's filter 7-day win rate, minimum of 65%. And then let's say we want to see like 200 to 250 transactions, something like that. Okay, we definitely want to see them with at least like 100 transactions, right? Cool, and we get these two traders. All right. 7-day P&L, this dude's up 8,000. This dude's up 2,583 in the last 7 days. They've each done, this dude's done 349 buys, 125 buys, 4 sells. See their 7-day profit right here. So, and then you can just click copy. All right. You just click copy the wallet, and you put money in they automatically create a wallet for you. You just put money in there, and then you can just copy trade them, set your settings. It's pretty neat. I mean, it's gambling for sure, but it's much better than just randomly buying already pumped meme coins, right? Let's check out ETH. All right, we're not going to do all that right now. I wasn't doing any meme coin trading this morning. I just wanted to check in. So let's check in on our beloved Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, still down bigly. We were able to rally. Again, we got in around $50 million market cap, went up to 500 million. Beautiful. Down to 200. I think we reach probably 2 billion, I think. If not, I mean, Pepe hit 10 billion, and I feel like, I mean, it's all about the community, right? Otherwise, Doge was just going to be a flash in the pan. It all matters is if the community can continue to hold on and chill. Here's Brill, which Alex had recommended like last week, and it's up quite nicely. It's on Polygon. Here's my peanut trade that's probably not going anywhere. Just like my justice trade that's not going anywhere. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. You never know, right? Here's Justice. This was supposedly the real coin that the what you want to call it, that the creator, not the creator, but the actual guy who had Peanut the Squirrel, apparently, like, he launched this coin. This is my average buy-in, and we're up a little bit, so not bad. What are my Solana long holds doing? Let's see here. Slim looking okay. Went up a little bit. It's pulled back down to my entry. I'm fine with that. Hey, Magnus, good to see you, man. We've got Parcel. Again, I was recommending accumulation. Parcel's up nicely. Metaplex. Hasn't really done much since the last update. Oh, every single time? Come on, man. STBot, I'm pretty much already out of this, because I've sold like every major pump. And this might be like the pump to sell, but because the pumps have been getting smaller and smaller. So as you can see, yeah, I just sold some like a little bit ago. That's because I needed the capital. That's all good. What's the last one here? Should be Drift, I think. or this might be D-Bridge. I just got that airdrop and I haven't sold it yet. Oh no, this is Loaf Cat. Ooh, big sell off on Loaf Cat. Well, I mean, I'm up bigly. How do we... Yeah, it might be time to take profit. What are we up? We'll see here. Yes, I know you have, Magnus. I got that. Announcement when you're ready. Probably not today, though. I want to put together something like a little bit more that sounds good and really flesh out what you're trying to do. And guys, we gotta wrap up because I've got mentoring in 30 minutes and I would really like to have a bite of lunch. But all right, Doge hasn't broken down yet. But let's I want to talk about a few things. Starting today. Yeah, starting today. It's already started. I haven't even made the announcement to the Discord or the Kajabi. I need to do that. I'm going to do that during mentoring, and then I'll post all the official links. But I'll post the link in the comment section on this video once I hit end stream. BYDFi is doing a trading competition for us. It starts right now. Let me pull up the details here real quick. All right, so it's going to go from today, November 27th, to December 27th. So it's a 30-day, so it's a 1-month event. Let's get the music off, sorry. The initial price pool will be $2,000. For every $1 million in trading volume, by the way, if you're trading with leverage, you can get $1 million in just a couple days, if not a couple hours, depending on how much you're trading. For every $1 million in volume during the competition, it will add $100 to the pool. The top 5 volume traders are going to share 80% of the prize pool. First place is going to get 25% of the prize pool, and they'll get 30 days of VIP level 5, which is like 55% off your trading fees. Second place is going to get 20% off, or 20% of the prize pool, 30 days VIP 4. Third place, 15% and 30 days of VIP 4. Fourth place, 12.5% and 30 days of VIP 3. And fifth place is going to get 7.5% plus 30 days of VIP level 3. And the other 20% of the prize pool is going to be shared among the 20 traders whose volume is greater than $100. So join the competition. I will post the link. I'll actually post the link in the chat right now so you guys can hop on this. All right. So there's the link. Sign up for the trading competition. Get into that. You'll also, as I said, if you're new to BYDFi, you can log in or create an account. You will get that first week of deposit cashback, 10% of all your deposits cashback up to $10,000. You'll also get immediate VIP level 1 fee advantaged account, 17% off your trading fees, and you can earn up to $8,100 in new user benefits. It's the exchange where I'm trading. So far, I've absolutely loved it. It's been great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping up. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. You guys have been absolutely incredible. You're an incredible audience. Thank you for joining me every single day. We will not be live streaming tomorrow. I will be here on Friday. So we're going to check in on Friday and see how everybody's doing. So enjoy your long weekend. Trade safely. Manage your risk. We're going to have a lot of volatility. There's a lot of extra retail market participants sitting in front of the computer over this long weekend, probably thirsty to jump into Bitcoin, probably thirsty to jump into crypto. So expect some increased market volatility because these types of events are the market maker's playground. Trade safely, manage your risk, follow your strategy, and treat trading like a business, right? Not like a gambling habit. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, hot stock tips, or death threats, please leave them in the comment section down below and let me know. Let me know Where do you see the market going over this Thanksgiving, and how are you trying to capitalize on that? Please put that in the comment section down below. Helps out more than you know. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the content, or drop us a follow on Rumble. You can follow me on X at cracking_crypto. And if you're ready to treat trading very seriously and you would like more hands-on experience in building a strategy, you want proven strategies that already work, you want access to our private community, you can get all that at crackingcryptocurrency.com. First link in the description. Thank you guys so much. Have an incredible weekend. Pig out with your families tomorrow. And above all, remember that family is more important than politics, and love is more important than hate. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.